Hello, everyone. It is May, I believe it's May 15th, 2011. I hope you're looking at what I'm looking at here. I don't know if you're really seeing this clearly, but what does that look like to you? I don't know. I can tell you what this is. What this is this is a skull. And this skull is, it's absolutely been proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that this skull is not a human skull. Okay, this is a real skull. To be honest with you, this is actually a mock-up of the original skull, which is actually 900 years old. It was found in Mexico in I believe 1930 something. I'm not exactly sure the exact date, but it's in the 1930s. It was found in Mexico. And the bottom line is this. It has been gone through several exhaustive DNA tests to find out and determine what this is. This is actually the Star Child skull. If you look that up on YouTube, you're going to find out everything you can about this. But the bottom line is they've been doing DNA sequencing on this to figure out what in the heck this thing is. They thought it was some kind of a hybrid human. Which would, kind of indicate that maybe it was a hybrid between a hybrid and an alien. But what they have recently found out is just recently, the latest testing, the highest standards were used, the latest testing that they have available today in 2011 in DNA testing, they were able to determine within a 10% range. They have at least 10%, I guess, of the mitochondrial DNA left. Again, this thing is 900 years old. It's very difficult to get any kind of DNA samples for testing, so it's very difficult to do this. But they have, I guess, sequenced, 10% of the genome of this skull, and they have determined the gentleman's name is Dr. or what's his name? Piers. I believe it's R-P-R-Y, something like that, determined that this is an actual alien skull. And 10% of the DNA has been discovered and sequenced, and they have determined 100% that this 10% has determined so far that this child had an alien father and an alien mother. It was not from Earth. It is definitely an offspring of some form of an alien life form that is humanoid looking, very different. The skull of this skull is like 1/3 the thickness of a human skull. It's very thin, and yet it's twice as strong as a human skull. It actually has more, it's more like the enamel of a human tooth than it is like the skull of a human skull. It is nothing like. There's fibers that are interwoven in between inside the skull that make it very strong. There's just incredible differences, as you can see. The sockets on the eye sockets there, they're not very deep. They're only about a half-inch deep. You can see the size of the head, how lopsided this head is. It's very large at the top, and if you were to just look at this just for a moment and just imagine this skull has skin on it. What would it look like? Well, I can tell you. You can just look at it there. Again, this is the real deal. This is a real skull from an alien, and I want you to imagine what this would look like now if you were to imagine this in the typical, prototypical image of what people think an alien looks like. Kind of looks like what this looks like. Imagine this is on the bottom line is the neck on this, by the way. They measured it against human necks, and what they found was that the neck on this thing is half the size of a human's neck. So it's the stereotypical image of a gray alien type being with the very large egg-shaped kind of head, very, or pear shape, where the top of the head is very large. The eye sockets, very distinctly, very different from a human. And the bottom line is this has a very skinny, very thin neck, half the size of a human. And again, some differences that you just cannot argue. The thickness of the skull is 1/3 the thickness of a human skull. I mean, you just can't make these kind of changes. This is not something, a deformity. If this were a human and the human head was this deformed, it would not live very long. Let's just put it that way. That you can't have these kind of abnormalities and live a very long lifespan. However, this is not from here, so who knows what's possible? And obviously, the structural differences are completely different from humans. So, incredible. This is a true story. I suggest you check this out. Again, it's called the Star Child skull. And I suggest you go find some information on YouTube. This is an incredible find. This is the proof, the definitive proof that aliens do exist. This is your proof. You're looking at it right now. If you ever want to know what an alien looks like, well, this is what the skull of one looks like, because this is a proven, there's no arguing with the evidence that it's available right now. In 2011, this thing is nailed. This is an alien skull. Hello, welcome to the extraterrestrial world. They are here, they have been here, and this is the definitive proof. So I just wanted to get this out to everyone. You know, this is an incredible thing. I hope everyone wants to find out some more information on this. I want to thank you for stopping by my channel, and come on back and see some more information anytime you like. Take care, guys. Have a great day.